The government is not efficient, and there's a lot of waste and fraud. So we feel confident that a 15% reduction can be done without affecting any of the critical government services. I'm going to talk to...
See, this is it. Here's Elon Musk and all the leaders together, working together to save America. And you need to see here, all the leaders, it's just not Elon Musk. I asked Elon Musk to come in. My name's Lucia Arden. I asked Elon Musk to come in. In 2024, I sent him many different texts from different people that saying he was Elon Musk. And finally, it got to him. And he came on with President Trump. And I asked him, and I gave him a list of things that needed to be done. And one of the things is check all offices that I asked in 2012. See right here, it's not just Elon Musk. We should be thankful. All these men that I'm going to show you are giving their life and I think volunteer to help them, their legacy, that they're responsible for all America because they have the hands of God's ability to help others. And so if we do not save our corporate businesses, we will let go of the gifts that we have of America. We have to get out. We can't go into bankruptcy. But I asked all the corporate leaders to come together and help the government to find where it needs to be fixed and where we need to put our funding and how to correct each office and our funding and where to put the monies. I asked this, Lucia Arden, before 2021. But in 2012, I asked to fix all the offices in 2012. In 2011, I have an article on of American how to help her solutions because I'm a solution maker. So I want to show you the names of these men. Okay, I want to show you the names of these men. Let's show you right now. It's just not Elon Musk. It's all these men are working together. He's the leader of this group. First, the leader, President Trump. Okay. And then Elon Musk is working with President Trump and the team. And I'm part of the team. I'm indirectly part of the team. I am the director of this project to fix all offices and fix all government issues. Elon Musk and members of the Department of Government Efficient DOGE team gave an exclusive interview to Fox News channel Bret Baier, highlighting this wasteful cutting efforts. The group included Airbnb co-founder Joe Gebbia, former Morgan Stanley banker Anthony Armstrong, software engineer Aram Moghaddassi, Steve Davis, COO healthcare entrepreneur Brad Smith, cloud software group CEO Tom Krause, and former oil executive Tyler Hassen. We just recently saved $1 billion for surveys that they didn't do anything with. We need to clean up our Social Security. We need to clean up all the Social Security is listed in papers. It needs to be transferred over and it has large, many papers. They call it a mine and everything's done by papers. We need to transfer it to computers and they said it would take a couple days, but we have to be very careful that there's no interjection of issues when we transfer everything over. And it takes years to retire by paper for any federal workers because of the system. There's so many things that are terrible on our offices that need to be changed. We have to update all computers. And one of the main things, just like Elon Musk said, is that the computers don't speak to each other. We have so many computers, but they don't speak to each other. They can't transfer one information to the next. We need to realize that we need to come together and fix these informations. And we need to realize that it's very serious, that all spending, there's 500 billion fraud every year. Tom Cruise tells us every year there's $500 billion of fraud and $100 million every week. It's terrible. And then Aram Moghaddassi talks about the computer system's 50-year-old. We need to come together and fix it and make it updated. And David Joe of Team of Rocket Business, he talks about how we need to come together and find all the information of what is the problem and fix the problem. And just like I said, Steve reminds me of, because they persecuted me for so long, Lucia Arden, when I said we need to fix America and put justice first, put God first. And I also call myself David a girl, because we have to kill the giant. And the giant is communist world controls and not fixing America. And J.P. Morgan, Anthony Armstrong, talks about how we need to be efficient in our efficiency of our spending, that 1,400 people have one job, just to give out computers and phones, and that we need to decrease and bring higher efficiency of each person's work. And he tells us, J.P. Morgan, Anthony Armstrong, only 0.15 have been fired. Only 1 point, not one, just like he said, 0.15 have been fired only. All the other choose to leave, all the ones that left, and they got many benefits. But there's many jobs. There's many jobs coming with UA, with Saudi Arabia, Apple, and the auto systems, and other, we're bringing small, large businesses back, and the energy systems. We have many jobs in line. Now we're going to be fine. And Joe Gebbia talks about the paper mines, that there's too many papers. It's all on a paper mine. We need to bring it to the computer systems. These are all the leaders working together. This is all of us working together. These are men that are upright men that keep America strong and give jobs. And we need the conservative elite workers and corporate workers to come together and help the government. That's what I asked Lucia Arden, and I asked to do this, and they're doing it. I'm so grateful. I have to admit, I wanted to sit right next there. I'm in spirit, but right next to Elon, I want to sit right next to his seat, okay? Because this is my work that I've been asking to come in. You can see it's proven in my podcast, my writing. But it shows that when you pray and when you seek justice and when you have an idea, you follow through on it, no matter what it takes. Even if you have to take a little break for 15 minutes, you get up again. Then we need to realize that, guess what? Tom Krause, this is very serious, that we need to realize there's no accountability. Just like Elon Musk said, there's no accountability for any code payments. There's no accountability of agencies or documentation or verification of the payments. Isn't that terrible? And there's no systems where one computer could go to the next. And maybe that's why, because if there's 500 and something agencies, okay, sweethearts, 500 and something agency, and they all have different computers, how can they go from one, say this was paid and that was paid, and there's only one bank? Everything comes out from one bank, okay? And in some ways, maybe that's good to show. But you know, so many people could use that bank. So many people could use a bank without any accountability or verification. And this is terrible. It needs to be changed. Come on, brothers and sisters, do not do any violence to the Tesla. Violence, you don't know what you're doing. And there's a verse. And also, even if you're not a believer, that please forgive them. They don't know what they do. Just like we all don't know things. I don't know things. You don't know things. We need to be aware. If these are facts, this is not a lie. These are facts. They have facts. And plus, they have to wait till Congress to make decisions with Congress about these things. Then we need to realize there's no accountability or verification when they do those monies. And there's $800 billion in the bank right now. They had $800 billion. Maybe they used it for something else. But there's only one bank. And we need to realize that, again, $500 billion every year is fraud, $100 million every week. And there's all these 500 agencies we pay for with computer systems, but there's no verification. This is very, very important. Just like Elon Musk said, and there's no sharing of information, brothers and sisters, of computers. That is mandatory, because you need to know where all that money goes in relationship to the initial. Let's go. Brad Smith, he's from HHS, a biomedical research master. He talks about how we need to come together in understanding, we need to understand the computer systems and come together and have the computer systems have to come together and work together. And we need to have, Elon Musk just said that we need to have ensure solvents are going to change. And then Tyler Hassen, oil interior department contractor, customer service, billions spent on survey. Okay, they just found that. And I'll repeat, $1 billion spent on survey, and nothing was used. Elon Musk said they didn't even do anything with it after they had. And Elon Musk said, revolution. This is a revolution of justice. And I wrote that there was going to be a revolution after President Trump got in, but there was going to be no violence, very little, that people are going to come to truth. This is a revolution of justice to save the American people. And the women, I'm a woman, okay? And I'm the first one to speak out because I'm the one that directed these men to do this project, okay? And I'm the one that should say I'm upset, not you. We are blessed that we have Elon Musk and all these great leaders, Brad Smith, Tyler Hassen, Tom Krause, Aram Moghaddassi, Steve Davis, Anthony Armstrong, Joe Gebbia, and number one, President Trump, and the team that are saving America. Come on, get on it. You only 0.15 have been fired. There are problems, but we will go bankrupt if we do not save our America. We won't have any bills paid. People won't get their Social Security, and we're gonna save monies by finding these frauds. And we'll tell you more about what the frauds are. Bear with me. And we need to realize that it's a problem that the Social Security, they gave loans to children under 7 years old and over 120 years old, in billions of dollars of loans, okay? And that loan office, for example, doesn't connect with the money paid out and to show Social Security. So we need to bring and integrate all the computer systems together. And that was a big fraud there. $4 billion a day, 7 days a week, we pay out, will benefit the people, more Social Security in all offices, more efficient. Mistakes will happen and we'll correct them and move on. Of course there's going to be mistakes. You know, when you make a most beautiful event that you've never made before. I used to do big events and small events to raise money. And so there were some mistakes, and we would come at the table and make a notebook and take the census of what we did and what we didn't do. Same thing when you write a book, your first edition, there's mistakes, and then you need to look at it again, the second edition, the third edition, or the first writing. It's relative. When you're making something so beautiful, there are some mistakes, but we'll correct them. The money has been spent incorrectly. We're going to protect Medicare and Medicaid in 27 different chief officers. That's what our beautiful leader has said, that 27 chief officers for Medicare and Medicare. We cannot have all those chief officers, and they're getting all that money. This is terrible. This is terrible. That's Brad Smith tells us that. And he's a specialist in biomedical research. Now come on, we need to realize that, and we're paying all those chief people for Medicare and Medi-Cal. And did you know, is it a question, what happened with Obamacare? I heard that he was getting money back, and also the judges with some of these questions that we're asking to bring to the table, that the judges are NGOs, they pay for them and they get a kickback. It's terrible. Think that, now pause and think, ladies. You are mothers, you are the leaders of your community. You are the seed of life that is that you have in your womb, that the men have poured over life, so you could have life. But you are also the life, and you are the great women of America that made America so beautiful, like no women ever across the nations in the beginning of our America ourselves. And we need to get back to that. We need to do justice first and truth first. And the American people, look what they're doing. Wake up, ladies, wake up. Don't come down and listen to. I was shocked about the corporate C news. They said that we were cutting Social Security. No, we're not going to cut Social Security. We're fixing Social Security. Did you know that we need to realize that also that Biden's oversight had so many oversights, they didn't do anything about it. And just like Brad Smith said that in 2008 they found some problems, but they didn't fix them. And I agree with Elon. I did right there. Would be a revolution, but a revolution of justice. We need to have solvency, the money that's there. So we want to cut 15% of all our spending to save our America. And look at this. Come on. This is for government employees. Steve Davis tells us there's $4 million. There's 4 million credit cards, not $4 million, 4 million credit cards. So look at them. Look at the table. They would fill, how much room would they fill in a whole room? And then there's 2 million employees in the federal government. But there's double the credit cards. They're asking, where are all these credit cards? And where are they spending? Hello? We need to modernize the system, okay? So we could have a successful budget. Otherwise, we can't have a successful budget. We can't see all the spending coming from all the offices working together. The way the government defrauded, this is what Elon Musk, the genius, okay? But all these men are geniuses. And President Trump, okay? Juno and the team, okay? But think about it. The way the government was able to fraud is through the computer systems. This is what Elon Musk tells us. Because they do not talk to each other, you can exploit when there's a gap from one computer system to the next, that's where the fraud comes. When there's a gap, there's 300 million, and it shows where there was 300 million and under a year, every year that they pay for loans, or 300 million was used for loans, okay? Not every year, but 300 million was used for children that are under 7 and people that are over 120 years old. That's terrible. And again, I'll report from Elon Musk that the way the government is defrauded is through the computer systems. When there's a gap between going from one computer to the next because you don't have the information. We need to realize there has to be a cross-referencing of all computer systems, and they have to work together. And I wanted to say, because education, to me, after safety, is first safety of our country, but education and safety is not just safety military, safety is in monetary, okay? And also health, and we'll talk about those things, but we need to come together and realize that education needs to be treated with a delicate glove. And remember, all these things that they're asking has to be shown in House and Congress and passed. Thank you so much. I want to show you my information again. My name is Lucia Arden. In God's Power, America Save Our Legacy. And this has a Christian title, but it's a political book. It's a political book on solutions and truths. And this book here talks about his philosophical ideas in relationship to being a human and how to help the education and the people come to truth to save their country. But it also talks about military. It talks about economy. It talks about foods, big things about foods and medical, so many things. And it's my other book here, God First, America Our Miracle. We need to put justice first, God first. We wrote and we had a covenant. We do, but the covenant began in 1774. The Congress covenant prayer of 1774 that we would put our life in God, Jesus Christ. That's Jesus Christ. That's what they said, in Jesus Christ's name, and then we would be saved. And it's you can look it up. The Congress covenant prayer of 1774. And here's my original book, Our Need to Give to the World, Heal America, Love and God. That's when I said that we need to correct all the offices, and I was showing hindsight what's going to happen to America if we don't fix it. So let's go here, go together here, and be kind and loving and work together. Thank you so much. Please look me up. My name is Lucia Arden. So I asked you, you saw all those things they're doing. Elon Musk wants to do a beautiful job, and he has done a beautiful job, at all the team members. Don't pinpoint him. That's wrong. It's wrong. He's saving your country through the brilliance of the gift that God gave him. And it has to be passed by the Congress anyways, and President Trump has allowed him to come in. And I asked Lucia Arden, I asked him to come in before in 2024, and he came in, and I gave him a list of things to do, and he is doing it, and we're going to fix America. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And here's all the beautiful men. Look at them all that are working together. It's a unity of all the people together. And that's one of the things I looked, it's in Aristotle, that where can you find agreement, peace, and where can you find political, it's in metaphysics or politics, Aristotle, where can you find the answer to solve political issues? And that's through unity of understanding. And here's the unity. All the corporate people together, Elon Musk, President Trump at the top, and we're coming together. And thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Everything's great, and we're going to come together with everything we do. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your time. This is Lucia Arden. Think about these things. I appreciate your time. You have to help us, because this is a beginning. We still need to set up all our infrastructure for jobs, and we need to go through our school systems. So we have proper schooling for the children, which I have a whole understanding of that. I spent for many years about what to do to help the education, which is mandatory for our jobs, because in order for to have jobs, BlackRock State Street and Vanguard, they are a top companies. And I know they want people that have skills, but we need to change our education so our children have skills and they all come out with a trade that are relevant to what our restoration needs in America. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm so excited, and I'm so happy that our need to give to the world. And that was written in before 2007. I talked about the microplastics. And we need to interject into the world the truth of peace and love and working together and reconciliation, especially these times of war. And that's other things I've talked about war also. It's all in my information and negotiations. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is Lucia Arden. And all these beautiful men. See all these beautiful men? If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the beginning of this divine command, because it was in prayer that I was told it's a divine command that the corporate leaders need to work together side by side with the government under Elon Musk and President Trump and the team to guide the people, and the people need to work together too, all of us, to bring and restore America. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Look at all those names. It's all those names, all the people working. Don't pinpoint a man that wants to help you. Sometimes we don't know, like what we need to do. Like Apostle Paul, that story. He was the greatest man in the world at the time of Jesus, and he was he was the genius of his time, and he was against God's people, and he became blind because he didn't realize that those were God's people. And so he woke up. So please, people, wake up and see that these are God's people that want to help our country, okay? All these men, okay, under President Trump. And I know that there's questions, but we need to take what's good in our America. Otherwise, and we're going to save our America under God's power and strength and truth. Thank you.